Hi, welcome to a short demo in the data replication. In today's demo, I'm going to show you how we can replicate the data from the S4 CDS view into the Datasphere. So first thing first, go to the business builder. Sorry, this is the data builder. Then click on the flow. Then click on new replication flow. Select your source connection. So we have I have a connection to the S4 cloud. So this is public cloud, S4 public cloud. Select your connection containers. So we would have in the S4 public cloud, we have anything extractable will be placed under a folder called CDS extraction. Here you would be able to see the list of consumption views which can be consumed, where the CDS views would have the capability of extraction into the Datasphere. So you can see here the consumption view starting with C. I'm going to use just a cherry picking. I'm going to use the data extraction of billing doc. Select. Then click on add selection. So I'm just adding this single table into my list. You can do it as with multiple tables or package levels. A package where in the HANA system we call it as a package where a list of CDS views are grouped. Then you have to select your target. So select the target. So in my case, I'm going to keep Datasphere as my target. Yep. Now I'm going to call this replication flow. User defined replication flow for billing. Yeah. Then you have the settings. What I like about this in the Datasphere is multi-threaded. It's suppose multi-threaded, so I can say in parallel how many threads can be executed in parallel processing. It's more like a parallel processing. Yeah. So let me save this. Okay. So the one of the configuration step. In the settings, say initial and delta, because this is a delta enabled. Because when you go back to the HANA system, when you select this specific CDS, you would be able to see a notation in the CDS view saying data extractions enabled true. So as long the notations have been set as data extractions enable true, we would be able to extract, and also similar notations would be displayed in the HANA CDS where delta capabilities, a delta enabled, will be called as a delta enabled. So now save this. So save this under my folder, you have billing. Yeah. Then deploy this table. And you also have the projections as an option where you can filter the data information based on projections. So for example, on the projection, just to give you a quick example of that. So here you can see projections. I'm going to click projection, add projection. So I know a specific billing document. If that is what I want to filter by, then I can click here and say equal to and put your billing document number, so that the specific document being extracted into the system. So it could be either of that, sales or fares or anything, right? So that's feasible. If you can see, it's a one-to-one extraction. So if you see the number of columns in the source is 158 and the target is 160. The reason behind that is like we have set up the data extraction as true. So when you set up the data extraction as the true, you would have another specific column being added here, which would track in the changes, right? So a timestamp would be added. Let me check where I can see that. Maybe I would love to show you that. A timestamp. No, could be the last one. You can see here change type and change dates. So those are the two columns being added because we have set this to a delta enabled setting. So this change type could be like we call it as in also in BW, if you come across the system of BW systems, which would track your changes, right? The change type is, for example, the initial load will be called as I, then D will be called as delta, deletions, D would be called as deletions, change would be called as C for updates. So then auto also it captures the change dates. We'll see that in my next demo. So this is good. I think we have deployed it. So I'm going to run this now. Okay, I haven't deployed it. So let me deploy this. Deployed, and I'm going to run this. Okay, it's not deployed yet. Okay. Okay, deployment is just completed now. Save. Deploy. Now the deployment is completed. Then you can see the replication is started. Execute this is the run button. So I've started the execution. You also have the option of scheduling. You can see there are schedulers being available where you can create a schedule, and you can say the load frequency, whether the delta has to be loaded every hour. So in our case, I would call it as every 10 hours. You can call it as a delta initialization to start. Great. You have the option of tools. where you can go into the save. You have the option to read whether the jobs are finished, initiating the running. So still in the run process. Once the task is completed, you would see a status called completed here. Yeah. So one, because I'm still running now at the moment. Now you can see the data load is completed in the hope you enjoyed this demo. Thanks for staying back. Cheers.